As of right now, I
Yeah,
am.
I don't do
Jamila, let's keep
I
hold on that. You hear me? Let's keep hold on that mute button. I don't sit in front of my computer all day and trade. I don't sit in front of my computer for an hour and trade. What we're going to learn is called leap options, long-term equity anticipation strategy. You feel me? That's what LEAP stand for. What it is going to be us finding great companies at discounts. We're going to get them at discounts, and I'm going to show you exactly what a discount is. Also, I specifically want us to use fundamentally strong companies. That's it. Right? Fundamentally strong companies. Everybody understand that? Can I get a yeah? Try we get it. Can I get a yeah? Yeah. Can I get a yeah? Yep. So a LEAP is a long-term equity anticipation security. Long-term equity anticipation security. Excuse me, I've been on my greens, Jeremy. I drink my greens, right? So I get this beautiful skin, y'all. So a LEAP is a long-term equity anticipation security. And it's simply saying that we are going out. So LEAPs start at 9 months. They start at 9 months. They go out to 3 years. I never go out past 18 months because the price I'm going to pay going for more than 18 months, I'm not willing to pay. But you all can. But don't worry about that. We'll get into it. But I just wanted you to know this is what we're doing, right? Long-term equity anticipation securities. All right. So let me first and foremost, I know some people went into the portal and looked at the briefing. Some people say, I ain't looking at that stuff. I'm waiting till we get in class. I just know how I go. I ain't mad at y'all at all. Right? So let me give you an idea of what an option is. For some of my people that's already in the game, you may know already. Never received a portal login. It's all good. I got you. If you ain't here, just shoot us an email. We'll get it to you. It just was a breakdown of what options is. If you didn't get it, just email the team. Let them know after the class. They'll get you in it so you can look at it. It's all good. Will is mine. So the first thing, great PDFs in the portal for sure. Thank you so much. So let me just give you a breakdown of what options is right quick. And then Jamila, let's give like 4 questions for people who may not get it so we can just make sure that's clear. And then we'll get into the presentation. Cool with me on that? All right, cool. So let me give you an idea. All right. So if some of my trap masters know the infamous Louis bag breakdown, you heard me? So this is how I break down options so people can understand it. All right. So check it out. Listen to me. Just listen to me. All right. 2 things I want you to think about at the beginning. Dad, what's up? I see you, King. All right, I want you to listen to 2 things. I want to say 2 things to you, and you just take this in. Seller equals obligation. Just write it down, put it in your head. Seller means obligation. Buyer means right. Yes, you will be able. Seller means obligation. Seller means obligation. Buyer means right. Yes, the replay will be available. All right, everybody got that. Seller means obligation. buyer means right. All right. As the seller, a seller is obligated. The buyer has the right to, right? The right. Well, tonight, we're going to talk about being buyers. That's what we're going to talk about today, being buyers. That's what this play, that's what we do, is about being buyers. All right, break this play down with the infamous Louis backpack. So check it out. I have 300 Louis book bags that I'm selling. I'm selling them in 100 increments of 100. Everybody got that? I'm selling the Louis book bags in increments of 100. Why 100? The reason why 100 is because option contracts represent 100 shares, right? Options contracts represent 100 shares, right? Check it out. I'm going to use Devin, since he's right there, I know him. I'm going to use Devin as an example. Devin comes to me and say, Trap, how much the Louis bags going for? I say, look, they're going for $500 a pop, but you got to get 100 at a time. They're like, damn, Trap, why I got to get 100? I'm like, because that's the way I'm selling them. Take it or leave it. So he says, man, look, them book bags is bumping. They jumping. I've been watching for a while, Trap. Man, I think you can sell them book bags in about a year for at least $550, right? Dev says, Trap, you can sell them book bags in about a year for $550. I said, you want to put some money on it? Dev said, how much you talking? Just bear with me right here. I said, Dev, so you think in 1 year I can sell these book bags for $550? Dev says, yeah. I said, okay, cool, check this out. For $5 a book bag, I'm about to make sure my number's right with y'all. So I'm gonna put my calculator on it so I can make sure I got y'all. All right, so I tell Dev, for $5 a book bag, I'll let you hold the right to buy these book bags in a year for $550. Y'all with me on that so far? For $5, check me out. For $5 a book bag, I'm gonna let you hold the right to buy these book bags in the year for $550. Everybody got me on that? Everybody with me right there? Don't think too much. Use it for face value. It's not even a trick question. I just want y'all to be with me on that. All right, cool. So Dev says, all right, well, Trap, I'll take the right of 100 of them. So for $5 times 100, right? 5 times 100 is what? I want to make sure y'all calculator got what my calculator got. Right? I want to make sure my calculator got what y'all calculator got. 500. Good job. All right. So Dev goes in his pocket. Dev said, well, I got an extra 500. Trap, give me 200 book bags. I want the right to 200 of them book bags. I said, all right, Dev. So now you give me $1,000. What Dev just gave me, that $1,000 was what is called a premium. Y'all with me? That's a premium. So we wrote out a contract that says, hear me out. I gave Devin the right to buy 200 book bags at $550 a year from now. Hear me out. Everybody with me on that, right? In order to seal the deal, he had to give me $1,000 premium. The $1,000 is his skin in the game. So you know how people be talking? I bet this, I bet that. I made him put his money where his mouth was. Right? You bet that? You feel that way? Give me $1,000. I give you $1,000. Cool. That's the bill. Everybody with me on that? Do we understand that? Right? In the comments, say we trapping. I don't know what yes means. You guys say we trapping. I need to know. I need to say we trap. You say we trap, and I know what we saying. All right, cool. All right. The infamous Louis book bag, y'all. This is legendary right here. It is, right? All right, cool. So I want you to listen to me well, because if I can get you to understand this, the rest of it is easy. I promise you. I promise you. All right, so check it out. Devs gives me the $1,000. Now, by him giving me the $1,000, I am now, as the seller, obligated. I am obligated contractually to do, check this out, whatever Devin wants to do at the end. Now, Devin has two options at the end. He can buy the book bags for $550, or here's the other part. He can get the book bags and sell them to the market for all profit. Whatever the profit is. Right? Y'all with me? I mean, that took some people off guard, like, wait, what? How the hell? Right? He has the right. Because once he gave me the $1,000 as the seller, I am what? Type it in the comment. I am what? I am what? Obligated. There we go. Y'all with me? I like it. Y'all with me? As the buyer, he has the right to do whatever he want to do at this contract. Now, here's the dope part. And this is why I need you to understand. This is the most important part, y'all. This story right here. If you get this, the rest of this game is so simple. I promise you this. I promise you this. There's a few things that Devin can do. So he says, okay, Trap, it is December 20th. I got till next December 20th for these book bags to be able to sell for $550. I think I got it. All right. So in 2 months, the book bags are already worth $550. 2 months. Already worth $550. So it done already hit the $550 strike price. I'm walking y'all through this. I'm walking y'all through this. I'm walking y'all through this. You feel me? It done already hit the $550 strike price. Now, check this out. He now has 10 more months for this to do whatever he wanted to do. So now, as long as the price going up, guess what Dev is doing? Getting money. Getting money. Check me out. Check me out. 6 months in, the book bags are now worth $650. $650. Y'all with me? Everybody with me right now? All right, cool. Dev says, Trap. You know what, bro? I don't even want to wait a whole year. I have the right now to do what I want to do with these book bags. So he's 6 months in. At 6 months, the book bags are now worth, we said, $650, right? So Dev now has the rights to 200 book bags. 650 times 200 is $130,000. Y'all with me right now? Y'all with me right now? Did I lose anybody? Everybody good? All right, cool. Now check this out. Dev says, I want to now sell the bags. As the seller, I am obligated to give them the rights to sell the bags to the market. He now gets all that money. It's his profit. It's done deal. Nothing else. At the end of the year, you got to pay taxes on it. That's it. The premium made me obligated to do whatever Devin wanted to do. Here's another scenario. We're going to walk y'all through a couple scenarios so you understand the options game. The rest of it is easy for me to teach you after that point. Now, scenario 2 is Devin waits. The bags now go up to $1,100. $1,100. Devin says, you know what, Trap? I don't want to sell the bags. I want to keep the bags for myself. The bags are now $1,100, right? Check me out. Here's another scenario. This scenario, the reason why I want you to learn this scenario is because in short-term options, it's not really a good scenario to exercise. But in long-term options, it can be a scenario for you. Dev says, you know what, Trap? Shit, I won't buy them bags. So check this out, though. We are 10 months in. The bags are now worth $1,100. So check this out. 1,100 times 200 equals $220,000, right? But check this out. All right. What Dev gets to do now is Dev now has to pay me $110,000. Hear me out. Trap, why you gotta pay you $110,000? Here we go. Here we go. In the beginning, he gave me $1,000, right? The $1,000 was the premium to give him the right to exercise whatever he wanted to do in this contract, whether it was sell them or keep them. That's what the right gave him to do. As the seller, I am obligated to obey whatever he won't do. Y'all understood that? Y'all understood that? Okay, cool. Here we go. Dev says, Trap, you know what? I want to keep the bags for myself because I think he may want to hold them now long term. So he now takes the bags, gives me $110,000. But check this out. He already now has another $110,000 in profit sitting there. It's called intrinsic value. Everybody with me on that? Right? So let's think about what happened here. Let's just backtrack. If I get you to understand this, I promise you the rest of this stuff is cakewalk. I promise you the rest of this stuff is cakewalk. So let's think about it. In the beginning, Dev said, Trap, I think them book bags can sell for $550 in a year. I said, put your money where your mouth is. He said, okay, cool. How much you want? I said, give me $5 a bag. He said, okay, cool. I'll take 200 of them. I gave him the right to 200 bags. I gave him the right to 200 bags. He doesn't own them. I gave him the right to them, though. With that right, in the year, he said the bags were now worth $1,100 a piece. I now, once he exercised that right, have to sell him the bags for the $550 that he said it would hit in the beginning, which is called the strike price. You feel me? Seth, you got me? All right. Jimmy Cadet, you got me? Yeah, I'm looking at all y'all. Need to make sure y'all got me right here. Amber, you got me? You with me? All right, cool. So He comes and says, Trap, you know what? Since I like the Louis bags, I want to own them. I want all 200 of them. Make it do something different down the line. So I say, well, you know what, Deb? Since you gave me the $1,000 in the beginning, I'm obligated as the seller. I am obligated to obey your wishes. So Deb coughs up another $110,000 plus the $1,000 he paid me in the beginning, right? Because the premium just gave him the right to do whatever he wanted to do. It made me obligated to obey his right. So he coughed up $110,000 on top of the $1,000 he already gave me. I give him the 200 bags. He gets the 200 bags that are now worth $1,100. He bought them for $500. He now has $110,000 of intrinsic value. You feel me? So if he went sold the bags one by one, instead of him selling them for $550, he now sell them for $1,100. It don't get no better than that. It's easy money right there. That is a call option. But let me give you one more scenario. One more scenario here. Let's say Dev gave me that $110,000, that $1,000 in the beginning, and a year later, the bags are selling for $500 or $450. Well, only thing Devin can lose is the $1,000. That's all he can lose. He cannot lose nothing more than the $1,000. That's it. That's it. He cannot lose $1,100. He can't lose nothing but the $1,000 he gave me as a premium. Dev, you with me? All he can lose is the $1,000 he put up. If the bags don't sell for what Dev said it could sell for, all he can lose is the premium he put up in the beginning. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. All right. Jamila, I'm going to do a quick Q&A on this because I need everybody to understand that. The infamous Louis bag, y'all. Give it a round of applause for the Louis bag. Round of applause for the Louis bag. Infamous Louis bag. All right, Jamila, let me get a quick Q&A on this before we even get into what we got going on. Let's go.
So for the sake of time, I know some of you have raised your hand. We have 9. We're only going to be able to take 3 questions in order for Trap to get through the presentation and then do Q&A at the end. So again, I challenge you, if there was something you didn't get, drop it in the comments, and or most of what he covered in a similar example is in the pre-work on the thetrapperuniversity.com portal. So we're going to take 3 questions right now, and then we'll move into the presentation portion. So first up, we have Veneer. I hope I'm saying your name correctly.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, family.
What's good, Trap?
Family.
Yeah. So it's Vanna. So quick question. You said something I never heard of. When the premium was paid and the price got up to the strike price rose and we had a profit of about $220K. It sounded like you said we can keep the product and for $110K and still make a profit of $110K.
Yeah.
Could you explain to me how that worked?
Yep, not a problem. So what happened was the bags went up to $1,100, right? $1,100. So we did our math. We said that 1,100 times 200 equals $220,000, right?
Yeah.
Right? We good on that?
Yeah, I'm good on that.
All right. So what Dev did was, instead of him taking 200, he didn't take 220,000. What he did was he says, you know what? I'm going to buy the bags. So he went to me and said, Trap, I'm going to buy the bags. So instead of him getting that 220, he had to come out of pocket of 110,000. Right? Yeah. He came out of pocket with 110,000, but the bags are still worth 220,000 altogether. But he now has 110,000 in intrinsic value already. You with me?
Nah.
All right. So the $220,000, he don't get that. He don't get that.
Yeah. All right.
Because he exercised the right to own the Louis book bags.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I was at.
Feel me?
Yeah.
Because he exercised the right to own them, now he gotta pay me, but he's only paying me the $550. He's not paying me $1,100 a bag. Remember, in the beginning, he said, Trap, I don't got a whiteboard to use. So we got to be visuals here. You could use your own pen and paper, you heard? So he said in the beginning, he said, Trap, these will be worth $550 in a year, right? So do this for me. On a piece of paper, everybody should have pen and paper right here. Everybody should have pen and paper, right? Write 550 and circle it. Write 550 and circle it. And then put 200 Louis bags. Put 200 LV bags. 200 LV bags. Put that on there, right? 200 LV bags. Now, by the 550, put strike price. Strike price. Because when you're making an option play, the strike price is what you're saying my head stuck. The strike price, what you're saying the equity will be hit. It's the price you're saying the asset equity will go to. So here we are. He grabbed the Louis bag again. All right, cool. I get this part down, we good. All right. So in 1 year, the Louis bags went to $1,100. Right? So put 1 year, bags are now $1,100. All right. Does everybody have that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what Devin decided to do was, here's what he decided to do. He decided that he wanted to own the Louis bags. So instead of paying $1,100 a bag, he has to pay $550. Right? Because that was his strike price. Is everybody with me on that?
Yeah.
All right. 550 times 200 is how much? Okay. 550 times 200 is how much?
110,000.
There we go. Okay. Right? Now check on the side of that, write this. 1,100 times 200 is how much?
220.
20.
There we go. Now, everybody got that part of the equation down pat, right? We looking at that. We should be looking at that. We should see that. It's on our paper.
Yeah.
We just wrote the numbers out for ourselves. I didn't write it, so you can't say you understand my handwriting. You wrote it. Right? So check this out. Devin decided to use, listen to this word I'm about to use, to exercise his right to own the Louis bags. He decided to exercise his right to own the Louis bags. So because he exercised his right to own the Louis bags, now he only has to pay what his strike price was, which was $550. But check this out. Because the Louis bags are now worth $1,100, he has instantly $110,000 in equity. Do we understand that?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
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 Trapping. We trapping.
Okay.
Quick question.
Trapping.
Wait. Sit on. Before you ask
questions, I'm gonna reach out. Raise your hand if you have one.
Before you ask the question, let it sink in. Don't even just sit on. I get it. Look at the numbers on your paper. Do this. Devin bought 100. Replay it in your head a couple times. That's it. Before you say you don't understand, just replay it in your head a couple times. That's it. Devin bought the right to hold 200 Louis bags, $550. Price in 1 year went to $1,100. Okay, cool. So Devin decided to exercise. Let me circle exercise, because that's the key word that keeps throwing me the fuck off. Exercise. All right, cool. Devin exercise. That means, all right, cool. So now he paid Trap $550 for 200 bags. Why the fuck he paid Trap $550 for 200 bags? Oh, because he exercised. He thought it cool. So he had to come up all 2010. Man, Devin tripping. I would have took that money. But Devin out, he tripping. I don't know what he was thinking about. But yeah, bought 220. All right, cool. 210. Bam. He got 110,000 in equity. All right, I get it. Boom. Y'all get it now? Y'all get it?
Get it.
You just played in your heads just now.
Yeah.
One question.
All right.
So King, we're going in order. You have to raise your hand. Otherwise, it's not fair to everyone else. So next up, we have Amy A. Amy A. Drop your question in the chat if you have it. We're here in the chat to answer any of your questions. We got some capable people. We got the Queen Lala in the chat. We got our Wall Street Trapper admin, which is none other than a Lieutenant Outlaw. So we answering questions in the chat, but just be sure to raise your hand. And we're only calling on individuals to keep this fair. Otherwise, it would be absolute chaos. So we want to keep some order to this and do this in a trapper-like fashion. All right. So Amy, you're up.
Hey, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So my question is, I just want a clarification on what is the profit if he didn't exercise the right to buy it at the strike price? Because from what I was seeing based on the pre-work, it seems like you sell it at the contract, which goes up in value, and based on that, you get profit. I'm not sure if it makes sense, but I just want to clarify, like I said, the profit on if he didn't exercise the right to buy the bags at the strike price.
Cool. So here's the dope part about that. So let's say he didn't wait till the year. Remember, his option in 2 months, the Louis bag was already selling for $550. Right? You with me on that, Queen?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, so let's say now the bags are now selling for $575. His profit is $25 times 200. If the bags now are selling for $700 or $750, he now has $200 in profit for every bag. So now it's $200 times 200. You with me?
Yeah, makes sense.
There you go. It's easy. It's light work. It's light work, right? If we go for if it's at $1,100, now Dev goes back to the market. I mean, he sells them. Everything over $550 is all profit. Because he got that back. You good?
Got it. Thank you.
100%. Next, I like it. How we feeling? I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna be 100% real with y'all. If you get this part to where you understand how to operate without making it, so there's so many different ways this game can be played. It can be in so many swing trades. There's scalping, there's iron corridors, there's butterflies, there's straddles. I don't need all that. What I'm giving you, plays we can just keep executing over and over and over again. I'm gonna give you deep in the money plays, and I'm gonna give you out the money plays. Tomorrow we'll cover out the money, we'll start executing. Today we're gonna just get in this. I want to get y'all that. All right, Jimmy, let's get one more.
All right, we've got Dwayne Harvey is up next. Dwayne Harvey, you're up next.
Dwayne, what's good, brother?
What's going on?
Good, brother.
All right, so this may sound like a silly question, but I was thinking as you was going through the example, seeing how the shares the 200 shares equate to $220,000, wouldn't he just give him the 100 shares back and call it even?
Say that again.
So in your example, the guy bought 200 shares, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, at maturity, all 200 shares equate to $220,000.
Mm-hmm.
But he owes the dude $110,000.
He don't owe him nothing. He don't owe him nothing. He exercised the right to buy that. He don't owe him nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, he don't owe him nothing. The $1,000 that he gave in the beginning,
right?
The premium that was saying, here's the money for me to place the bet. He don't owe him nothing.
Okay. I think that's where I was getting confused then.
Yeah, he don't owe him nothing. He don't owe him nothing. But check this out. I'm glad you said that. Check this out. One of the things that Devin could do is this. It's a little tough, but he could do this. Because he owned
200 shares.
Because he had the right to 200 shares, he could sell one and exercise the other.
Okay.
Right? So what that means, he could take ownership of 100 of the bags and sell 100 of the bags. He can do that.
Okay.
You feel me?
Right.
You only do that if it makes sense mathematically. Because anytime you own them, you gotta now pay that, that whatever that premium was, that $550. So you have to pay that $110,000 to own 100 bags, and then whatever the under 110 bags, other 100 bags doing, he like, you know what? I'm gonna just let that keep running for me. I'm good. He can do that and then cash out later. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So that is a scenario, but he don't owe him nothing. He don't owe him. There's nothing owed to nobody. That's what the premium does. The premium says this. Here, Trap, because I won't make a bet. It's my skin in the game. Right?
Right.
So now I get paid for you making a bet. At this point, everybody good. Everybody's waiting to see what the option gonna do. If the option die worthless, then I got $1,000. They'll come see me next time he feeling a little frog. You feel me?
Right.
Feel a little froggish, he come holler at me again. I hope I can stick him again. You feel me? If he can't,
right,
I gotta give him the right to handle his business. Remember, that's why I say these two words. Seller equals obligation. Buyer equals right. Keep them in. You'll never hear options broke down that simple again, I promise. Let's go.
All
right. So somebody did ask a question. I think it's a good question. Somebody says, what happens if the options expire? So 2 things happen. If the contract is not in the money, the option expires worthless. If it's not in the money, it expires worthless. It expires worthless. If it's in the money, here's the thing about it being in the money. 2 things can happen. This is what I'm glad you said that. I want you to know this. Always take action. What I mean by that is, don't let the market decide what happens with your money. Sometimes it'll exercise, sometimes they give you the cash, depending on where your cash play is, right? Don't let them determine what's gonna happen. Always do what you want to do. Do I make myself clear? Do I make myself clear on that? If you're not in the money, it's gonna expire wordless, so it is what it is. You can only lose what the premium was, so it ain't no big deal. But if you're in the money, you want to exercise your contract or do whatever you're gonna do before the market closes. Before the market closes. We'll explain all that later, Dr. Tina. Don't even worry about it. If you're in Trap Masters, don't ask me no questions, y'all. Y'all good. Don't trip. You in Trap Masters, don't ask me no questions. We already went over this already. Got y'all. Chill. All right. Oh, y'all, can I get into this lesson now? Can we get into the lesson? All right, good. All right. Hi, y'all. So tonight, welcome to the Options Master Class. Today, these next couple of days, man, we will be talking about LEAP options, man. LEAP options, again, long-term equity anticipation securities. Again, options, LEAP options are when you are buying a contract or you're looking at an asset to go out 9 months or longer. 9 months or longer. Our goal, we do something. Sure, there are other people that do LEAP options in the world. I'm not saying that I'm the creator of LEAP options, but I know I do one thing that a lot of people that I've never heard nobody talk about, and that is buying LEAP options at a discounted price. This is how I truly, and I'm gonna be real, I'm not trying to say like I'm a magician, but this is truly how I have been up. Again, as of right now, we are up on 7 out of the 11 trades, and that's even with the market being down the last couple of days. Right? I am still up. Why? Because my contracts have been doing pretty good for quite some time. I only do about anywhere between 8 to 12 trades a year. I want you to stick to about 6 to 10 trades until you get the hang of it. Why? You don't need to trade every day. If the goal is to make money, you can let your money work for you at all times. Let the market do what the market does, and what the market does is print money. I'm gonna say that again. Let the market do what the market does, and what the market does is print money. Do I make myself clear? Everybody in the chat, right quick, say print money if you don't mind. And let me know you're paying attention to me. Right? Say print money if you don't mind. Say print money. That's right, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right. Right. What I'm about to teach you is not complicated. Right? A lot of people teach stuff and it be a little complicated. One of the things I don't look at too, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Yo, you're not gonna see me looking at candlesticks. Not based on, none of my things are based on technical analysis like talking about it. We look at a little chart for a little reason. I'll show you that. I call that where the magic is. All my travelers, if you took the class before, you know what I mean by where the magic is. Everything we do is based on fundamentally great companies. Why? The reason why all of my options plays are based on fundamentals is because fundamentals, the market has no other choice but to submit to fundamentally strong companies. All right, so here, make wealth attainable for everyday trapper. Again, making wealth attainable for the everyday trapper. Simple, straightforward, easy to duplicate. Anybody can do this, and all we're gonna do is rinse and repeat, I promise you. Right, here we go. Great companies at great prices, companies with great balance sheets. I'm giving you my blueprint here, because I am a fundamental investor. So all of my options are based on fundamental investing. I will promise you this. Two of the trades that I'm down on is because even I went against my rule and I went against my fundamentals and they didn't work for me. I am 100% on, I'm not a do what I say, not as I do type of person. I do what the hell I say. But I'm gonna tell you something. No matter how much you learn, no matter how much you know, there will be a time or two where you think you're smarter than what you really are. Ask me how I know. Somebody ask me how I know. Child, how you know? Cause I do the same thing over and over again, but every now and then I get enticed to do something that I know I shouldn't be doing. You know that don't touch the fire, but just touch the fire anyway? That doesn't me. All right, and that costs me. All right, so here's the rules right quick. I want you to, before you get into any option, I want you to ask yourself, what is the reason why I'm here? Right, my rules stick with me in everything I do. What is the reason why I'm here? Do I understand this business? Does the business have longevity? Can I see the business expanding? And is this business simple? Say it again. Reason. Why am I here? Why am I in this trade? Understanding. Do I understand it? Do I understand the business? Longevity. Do I see the business being here in the long run? Expand. Can the business expand and keep growing? And is it simple? Does everybody get that? I want you to use that. I want you to stand by that. I want you to stand on that. Why do I want you to stand on that? Because when you look at the TV is going to tell you, hey, this stock is running. This stock is doing this. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to run to the chart. You're going to run to the option chain. You're going to try to take a shortcut. You're going to try to pick a price. You're going to try to catch it running. It's going to run for a day or two, and then it's going to collapse on you, and then you're going to be mad. Ask me how I know. Be bold. Ask me. Try how you know. Cool. All right. Patience. Research your options contracts. Set your entry price and wait. Now, I want you to write this down for me right quick, y'all, and you're going to see it at the end. I want you to write this down. Everybody, write this down, write this down, write this down, write this down, write this down. I want you to get a journal, right? And you want to be great at anything, you got to document the process. And on your journal, I want you to write something down. Strike price, take profit price, exit price. And then I want you to put retreat price. Why retreat price? So here's the thing. As an investor, as a trader, as a trapper, the one thing you need to have is what's called investor identity. In your investor identity, you need to only you know how you feel when you lose money. You with me on that? Only you know how you feel when you lose money. So, why did I say that? Okay, cool. Let me give you an example. Today, the market was down. I looked at my options account. I was down $35,000. I didn't budge. Didn't make me move. Didn't make me look at it. Wasn't tripping. Question in a comment in a chat right quick. Just for entertainment purposes. How would you feel if you was down $35,000? Mind you, my portfolio is still up. You feel me? You feel me? And well, I ended the day down 31,000. So at 12 o'clock, at 2 o'clock, I looked at it. It was at that. And as I looked at it today, but what I will say is, at the end of the day, my entire portfolio is still up 94% just in my options portfolio. Still up 94% in all my contracts. So I'm good. But today I'm down $31,000. Feel me? So, yep, in total is up. Yep. In total, I'm still up 94% on all of my options plays. 94%. It's amazing. But today went down $31,000. I didn't lose though. Why didn't I lose? Because those are elite options. Right? Everybody with me right now? What I'm saying to you is this. Everyone will look at their risk tolerance different. What I want you to understand is for every trade that you make, I want you to have a price set that if this trade goes the opposite way, that I ain't willing to get out. This is one of my do what I say, not as I do moments. I have a high risk tolerance. I have seen one of my trades be down 65%. In the first option class, I showed them to him, down 65%. As of today, the trade is up about 90%. Right? In the beginning, I'm gonna keep it 100. I wouldn't want you to take that type of pressure in your life. Feel me? Right now, I'm being a teacher. So what I would tell you to do is anywhere between 10 and 15%, cut your loss, go back over it, re-enter the trade. Why? Because the market get ugly. And even though you're in a leap option, you've given yourself time for it to shake back. Ain't nothing worse than, I know how it is as a new trader. You're gonna look at that thing every 5 minutes and stress yourself the hell out. You're gonna stress yourself the hell out. Don't do it. All right. So for us, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. So leap options. So for me, the short term for me, the shortest leap I've ever been in is 9 months. The longest I've ever been is 18 months. Leaps start at 9 months. Here's the dope part about leaps. Every leap won't have a 2-year or an 18-month. Every leap won't have that. Some leaps only have 9 months. Then it'll re-put another one out. So be mindful of that. All right, let's talk about out the money contracts, right? Let's talk about what is out the money. So we're looking at an option chain right here, right? We're looking at an option chain right here. So let's say we were looking at AMAT, looking at applied materials, right? Out the money is anything that is further from the current strike price, right? Anything that is away from strike price, the current price, right? Out the money, out the money, out the money. Do we get that? Do we understand that? So you're gonna have a few things. You're gonna have out the money, just to keep it simple. So you'll have at the money, you'll have out the money, at the money, in the money, deep in the money, right? Everybody got that? You heard of that before? Tell me in the comment right quick. Tell me in the comments right quick. I'm gonna have some terms that I want you to understand. Good, good, good. No, 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 no. Okay, let me ask this question right quick. How many people in the chat, this is your first time ever even dealing with options? Me. All right. So when we look at out the money calls, that means they don't have no intrinsic value. So let me think about it. All right. So remember when we did the call with Devon, with Dev. So when the bags were currently selling for 500, he said they can sell for 550. That was out the money. You with me? You with me? You with me? When Dev said, Trap, how much the bag selling for? I said 500. He said that's not in the money. No, that's not in the money. It's not in the money. No, it's not. No. That is out the money. It's out the money. So stock, they were selling for 500. He said, Trap, I think they could sell for 550 in a year. He went out the money. right? It had no intrinsic value in that whatsoever, right? So now it had to, So now it had to get to the price. It had to get to the price that he was saying it can get to, right? So if it was reverse, let's say it's going for 550, and then Dev said 500, and then Dev said, man, it worked 475. That's deep in the money. Already has intrinsic value baked into it. Yes, you can give options like that. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Right? Anytime the option has intrinsic value baked in it already, that is in the money. All right, let's dig into it. Deep in the money. For me, I'm going to give you two plays that I like. One is deep in the money. One is out the money. All right. So we're looking at deep in the money. We're looking at, how I'm going to say this to you. A deep in the money play is anytime you are getting an option with equity already in it. So here's again, let me show you. Let's say Dev said trap. He bought the options contracts or the bag. He bought the Louis bag at 450. He now bought the contract with intrinsic value already baked in. Does that make sense? Don't worry about trap. What you can do with this? Don't worry about that. Just listen to what I just said. Right? Just listen to what I just said. Right? If the Louis bags were selling for 500, if the Louis bags were selling for 500, and he bought the contract, like he got the right to him at 450. He already bought the Louis bags, the right to the Louis bags with intrinsic value already. Does that make sense? Don't overthink it. Don't, I would keep stressing that. Don't overthink it. Right. Okay. Okay. Good. All right. Don't trip. I got y'all. I want you to get that. All right. So when we're looking at a contract, we're looking at some of the things I like to do. So I like deep in the money plays and I like out the money plays. Deep in the money plays are some plays I'll do for, these are like for sure. Now, deep in the money.